What do we associate anxiety with? Perhaps pain, worry, confinement and panic. We often consider anxiety like the markings on our face, being a scar or hindrance towards our ability to live a normal life. Or perhaps it's a sickness, that we are strange and don't belong among the company of other people. These are feelings we often associate with anxiety. Do you though happen to know how you became anxious? Perhaps, if we could understand this, we may not fear anxiety in the same way. We experience anxiety when our minds ruminate well into the future, to a place that we can't understand. Or perhaps due to a past trauma, when we were always on edge to appease a demanding parent, partner, or a teacher. Or perhaps it is in our genes, not only from our parents, but even going back through the ages during times of war and hardship, where we had to be anxious in order to survive. All of these reasons seem quite plausible. What if we though dug a little deeper to potentially find out how this all comes about? It is because we have a yearning for life. Because we imagine so much more for ourselves. We yearn for the perfect partner. We want to be fulfilled in our career. We may feel we have been served an injustice. We have experienced a loss. Where even among all of these reasons, we still may not be able to work out how we become so anxious. As it is when our minds are clouded with intense emotions, we simply lose track of our thought. How can we then deal with our anxieties? We must simply own it. It is so often that we trigger ourselves from the intensity of our own reactions. We will shudder at the intensity of our thoughts. It will build a ball in our stomach and develop a wrenching pain in our back and shoulders. As our lives are complex enough as it is, and we only make things worse when we build an extra layer of anxiety over our anxieties themselves. But once we own our anxieties, it allows us to see them in a different way beyond the haze of our emotions. We start to consider what you can control and releasing what is outside of it. We see our challenges as an opportunity to build new wisdom to face our fears in the present. We become less fearful of anxiety and see it as a tirade of our thoughts that we have not properly understood and made good use of. As it is only our reaction to anxiety is what truly stems our fear, where we only limit ourselves with our own thinking. As we realise that the fate of our lives isn't written for us, as it is what we can contribute towards life ourselves. For we are free to speak and to write without limits. It is through our freedom to be boundless in our thinking that duly leaves us vulnerable towards anxiety. Where, if we can see anxiety in this new dimension, we can react to it in an entirely different way. As a life without anxiety is a life without freedom.